necessary, but I don't always get the choice because I have Crohn's anyway. So sometimes I legit just having a bad day where my stomach's just like, yeah, I'm just going to be like really uncomfortable and painful like the entire time you stream. And there'll be no given reason why. Like I haven't done anything. Like in this case, I've got a sore stomach because I had buffalo winged turkey. And of course, that was spicy as fuck. So my guts are kind of like, why you do this to me? Like legit asking. Not asking for a friend, like asking directly, kind of like why you do this. But yeah, I can deal with the bellyache. The only thing is, like, I know how, like, Moose, you've got, like, say get up and do, like, star jumps or push-ups and stuff like that. Like, I wanted to have that initially, but I ended up choosing not to add stuff like that because it would basically, like, cause my body to, like, freak out, fucking around kind of thing. Yeah, it's hard to explain without going into, like, TMI territories with Crohn's, but it's basically like that. It's a too much information kind of situation if I am getting up and getting active, so, like, light stretching and stuff like that's fine. A couple of alphas back the walls could go up. They did. They did. They used to go up and fucking down and, like, climb them without getting hurt. Because I remember that. That's why I wasn't sure when it got up to it. I'm like, I'm pretty sure they can't. But then again, I've played for a few alphas. I know you've played, I think, more than me. More alphas than I have, Grim. But I have played a few alphas now, at least. And I think I've been playing from, like, 2016 or something. It's a good few years. So who knows what the fuck is and isn't still active. It's so difficult sometimes because sometimes they bring in something and sometimes they take something away. And sometimes they do both. You are very good at knowing your past alpha content. What are you doing, mate? I'm just going to poke my nose down here because I think I came down here before. Yeah, no, I did. That was close. Be interesting when they change it, though. Like I said, there was a notice apparently of it being late June or some shit. Alpha 21, but I call bullshit. It could happen. Who knows? Prove me wrong. But, like, I assume that what will happen is it'll get pushed back again because they did say that it was being pushed back from, I think, then. But who knows when that, like, how long the idea of being pushed back is. It's already been a couple of years. I think, ideally, they probably should have never mentioned that there was another alpha coming out so soon. I think they probably should have sat on that for another year and then, like, hyped it up for a while. I know, like, the whole point is that they've got, they'll be releasing it, we call it as an actual edition, no longer in beta. That would be cool. That'd be interesting. But they are obviously rolling out, like, little subtle stuff. Like, you know, upgrading visuals and stuff. Like, it's only just noticeable, but shit's crisper. Like, you look at her hand and, like, you can see, like, all the wrinkles on her fingers and shit. That wasn't there before. Like, before it was just, like, a random fleshy fingery looking thing that could or could not have been a finger, depending on your ideas with this game. Where the fuck did I end up? Did say mid-May. That's the thing, though, is I got the notification about it because it's one of those few games that I will follow, like, constant information on as of interest. But when I went to look for the notification after it came up, it was nowhere to be found. So that's why I know that it's been delayed. I know that their, like, days were, like, May, June kind of thing, but I don't believe it. Just because, like, I legit don't actually know when stuff's going to happen. I think I came up this way. I stood there. That's where I fell down. I was going to say, I'm like, where? I don't think I need to go in there. I'll go upstairs. I still really like this game. Like, it'd be pretty bad if you've got, you know, the, what do you call it, the photosensitivity thing for flashing lights in that moment. But I mean, apart from that, it's still a good game. I realized I took off while I was still making this fucking cornmeal shit. So now I have that in my inventory. Oh, that was a cross shot. I think the big thing is, too, I really want to do the whole exploring from the beginning stuff again. But, like, I'm focused on trying to find this book to sort of give me a bit of an objective, as well as completion of this beta edition kind of thing. I know you and a few others have not been playing at all, because you want to play the new edition. Like, I know probably 3 to 4 people. Like, I've even fallen out of contact with one of the people off my old server, well, this server, because I just haven't, like, I haven't had, like, the regular weekly, like, catch up with her, which is a shame. I'm bad for managing how many, like, friendships I can hold at a time. One of those people. Like, let's say, like, a random number is, like, I can have 4 friends, and I can remember everything with those 4 friends, like, super, super well, until I add more friends to the mix. And then I start forgetting shit, or being, like, I wouldn't say, like, sloppy or anything, but just, like, I'm more prone to mixing shit up kind of thing. So, yeah, I try to, like, limit how many people I try to interact with at a time. Who knows how many it actually is? I think it's, like, 6 is my maximum that I can constantly deal with. Not, like, put up with, but, like, remember and be, like, a functional friend for. Anything more than that is really, like, pushing my limits of capacity. Oh, man. I need a drink before I start coughing. I got really close to coughing when I came upstairs that ladder. I'm like, don't do it, don't do it. You're not used to having friends. It can be really difficult. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I think it has a lot to do with the kind of life you've come up through. Not you specifically, I'm just generalizing here, but for instance, myself, I grew up with probably, I would say, a tight group of, like, best friends or really extremely close friends of, like, 2 to 3 people at any given time that I was 100% up to date with at all times. And then there was probably at one point where I had, like, 20 general friends. That was probably the height of, like, my social popularity time. And that was hard management. Like, 3 close, like, super close friends plus 20 friends, and I think I had about 150 acquaintances, which was nuts. That was the worst part, was trying to fucking, I'm terrible for names and faces, so trying to fucking remember everybody was brutal. And yeah, trying to remember context of who said what and when was also difficult. I used to have, like, a pretty reasonable friend group, and it was one of those things where I was kind of like just the kind of person that, I don't know, I just kind of, like, slotted in with people's, like, groups pretty well. And then after, like, being in somebody's group, like, say you start off with, like, 7 people, which is actually what happened. I made friends with one girl at a library, and then I met her group of friends, which was, like, 7 other people. And then I started meeting some of their individual friends as well. And then collectively, I just kind of kept getting to know people that I knew through other people, and some of them considered me friends. Some I'm like, I just don't know enough about you. Like, you know a lot about me, because obviously, like, my friend likes to update you on everything because you're probably their best friend, so you know fucking everything about me, but I don't know fucking jack shit about you and stuff like that. So there was a lot of, like, stuff like that. that was like probably my really like early days of working in my first job, because I was in like retail. I was retail, but also computers. So, you know, IT, there's not the most amount of people. Oh, shit. But in retail, there's like a fuck ton of people you come in contact with all the time. And like nearby businesses and stuff like that often be like quite friendly with like other companies and stuff like that. Not for like any professional needs or anything like that, but actually just like because I just got along with people. Like even like one of the, what do you call it, the pharmacy people nearby, they when they quit their job, they actually like personally asked me when we like cross paths outside of their workplace. They like, personally asked me, they're like, can we exchange numbers? Because I think I'd actually get along with you really, really well outside of like my workplace. And I'm like, sure. I felt comfortable with doing that with that person, but I'm like, it's just really interesting that like I'd get approached that way. I just never expect stuff like that shit to happen. Like, don't get me wrong, like I'm not hating on myself or anything like that. It's just I always have expectations and reality kind of thing, like plan for the worst, hope for the best kind of thing in every situation. So, you know, when the best happens, it's a nice surprise. All right. There you go. I just realized that I kind of like made the little tune for Sandstorm Gerard without even thinking. Like, I was actually just passively just making noise, but yeah. That's right, I can't take those anytime soon. Let's slap that down. Let's put this here. I'm trying to just get like a little lineup of shit again down the bottom here. Totally unnecessary to do this shit, but I just want to neaten it up a little bit. There we go. Dealt with. What? That is not the button I hit. When you accidentally smash something you're not supposed to. Still going down the line, which is that way. I could probably go out the window over here, honestly. Oh yeah, that's right. This thing exists. Hold up. I don't know if I can get there. Maybe from this one? Ah, there we go. Try to be equally friends with everyone. Everyone the same amount of time. Best friend always gets way more time. You try anyway. Then others, and come first before anybody else. It comes down to loyalty and all that. I think the thing is, like, when you have like a really, really close friend, I know what you're saying, Grim. When you have like a really close friend, like they're pretty much like the first person you want to tell, you know, stuff to anyway. And, you know, they're the one that like you give a shit whether or not they know what's going on in your life and stuff. But it is very, very hard to give equal attention, especially when you have a lot of people and or you don't have a lot of time. Like, that's something I'm finding at the moment, is that like at the moment I don't have a lot of spare time. Like, I am working on improving that, but down the track I should have more time and be more available. Jesus Christ. Be more available to you know, socialize again. I can't see shit now. Plus, mind you, I do think like the whole, you know, what do they call it? The code that must not be named thing that came out a couple of years ago was kind of like dampen a lot of stuff when it came to like socializing and stuff anyway, because instead of, you know, having a gathering a few times a week, you'd have like a gathering when you could, and now it's like occasional. I have friends that like regularly host stuff on their weekends and stuff, and I'm like 90% of the time I have to say no because I'm genuinely not available, or I'm so tired that I'm just like, I want that time to rest and recover. And the biggest part with Crohn's is, and especially if like you don't have it or you don't know somebody that has got it, is it's managing the condition and the stress and all those sorts of little aspects too. There you are. Because what happens with Crohn's, or at least for me, is if I become stressed, I get like all my reactions to stuff is worse medically, and all sorts of stuff gets worse, and it just has a knock-on effect where it just gets progressively harder to do even the most basic shit, like, you know, functioning and being social and stuff. Jesus, you're coming at me, aren't you? Yeah. Was it the only opinion you listen to is your close friends? True. No, I definitely know what you like, Grim. You value an honest, proven, like, in the best intentions, like long-term proven, like loyal opinion much more over somebody that's just like casually friendly. I'm gonna walk away from that. You what is it? You value my love for you. Are you two talking to each other at this point? Because like you should definitely be using like the at thing, so I'm not too confused. Oh, this place is huge. I don't need the bear meats. I don't need the bear meats. I did want to build a building that has like this kind of wall. And you see what I mean with like this little slope here? I actually worked out how to make it the other day. The only thing I don't like about it is that zombies can walk up to about here if they try. And if they get up to here and then they jump, well, then they're basically just in. It's supposed to go up somewhere on here. I know it. I just don't remember where. Actually, fuck it. I'll just check the front door. Never hurts to try that. I'm pretty sure. Is it this one that's got it under the porch? No. Alright, I thought it might be underneath the porch because one of them has a thing to get up. I think it's on the outside of this place though. Yeah. No, what I was saying was yeah, with like when you get like lots and lots of friend groups and stuff like that, I think the main thing is to like always keep in mind who your important friends are. And who the people in your life that have treated you well consistently the longest and stuff versus like, yeah, you might have somebody that's like nice. I love that song, mind you. I have a techno remix of it. It's beautiful. But yeah, as far as like friendships and shit like that goes, I don't give a shit if I've known somebody for like 6 months or 6 years. If the person that's treated me like consistently good, like the longest, not even that. I shouldn't say like treated me good. That's subjective. People can like put that on. I think it's more like books. I don't know. Grim's kind of got it, the loyalty thing, but yeah, I definitely do struggle with the whole juggling too many people kind of thing. Like the nice thing is like with the whole streaming thing is as much as I'm starting to get to know everybody, like there's a few consistent regulars that I do get to talk to and I kind of get to know. So it's harder to, you know, not notice when they're chatting and stuff like that. Go for it. But yeah, then there's a few times where I get people and they're chatting and I don't honestly know, you know, if they've been chatting frequently or when the last time they're in and stuff. Like there was one that I was looking forward to seeing. I hadn't seen for ages. And when he finally like came into a stream, I was like, oh my God, it's you. And like made a huge deal about it because I'm like, I genuinely remember having like a solid conversation and all that stuff. But I'm like, yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. I like rambling. Whoa. None of that. That's coming inside whether I like it or not. Let's keep moving. Oh, you're in there. They definitely crawl at you a lot more. Alright, you can stay on that side of that, and I'll just shoot you through it. I'm thirsty, am I? Okay. A couple of tokens. Oh. Should have waited like a point of a second longer. Oh yeah, that's right. I haven't filled this thing up for ages. I should check the other one. There we go. Last thing I want is these to go completely empty while I'm out needing them. Oh yeah, this place. I hate the layout of this place. It's so stupid. Like, let's get somebody awake. Repair these guns while I wait. There we go. I knew there were... There they are. There's a cluster. Who else is hitting me? You guys? You guys will fall down here soon. This was one of those places that's really weird to get out of. Oh yeah, now I remember where the fuck I was going with it. I knew I'd get there eventually, people. Don't worry about it. Yeah, no, my whole point to like the rambling and shit was like, I was struggling for a while with the fact that I wasn't managing like my time frame and shit. What was that? It's cold and you don't want to move. Grumbles and growls. Put more clothes on. Isn't that what mothers usually say? Like, put more clothes on? Also, never fucking refer to me as a mother, but I'm just saying, like, that's the emphasis of a conversation, right? Let's get across here. Yeah, no, my big thing was, hey, don't push it. I'm not about that. Yeah, no, I was struggling to, like, manage, like, time frame and being able to, like, even see, like, the few friends that I've got recently. And especially at the moment while I'm, like, dedicating, like, extra time behind the scenes to, like, fixing some stuff up and, like, getting stuff prepared for a surprise. Like, I want to, but I can't. Like, I want to play some games this weekend, but I probably won't get to. And I have a couple of invitations to go and, like, play games at other people's houses and stuff like that as well. And I've also basically had to say no to that. And I'm like, basically just like that, like, bland, like, flatline face kind of thing. Expression is my whole thing at the moment. But I am working on it. It is getting better. I'm just adjusting at the minute to swapping around a time frame. That was right. I should also be taking apart some cars, eh? Go through here. I'm pretty sure with my parkour I still have to get rid of that. Boop, 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 boop. That's the way out. I'm pretty sure this doesn't take me anywhere. Nope. There's so many wolves fucking outside. Do it. What? Do social stuff. Like, I possibly could for like a couple of hours, but then I end up putting like additional stress on what you want time out. Alright, hold up. How do I do this? Like, the funny thing is I can time you out with the wrong button, but I don't think that's what I want to do. And I'm pretty sure if I hit timeout for myself, it just... Or did you manage to hit it yourself? Is that what's happened? Redeem timeout. You did. So what am I supposed to do with that? Just hit timeout? Is that how it works? I'm glad you mentioned it because the funniest thing is, like, I'm not going to know if I did that right until you come back from your timeout. I didn't even see the thing pop up to say that you redeemed your timeout. I'm going to have to move that. Hold up. Let me edit my layout. This, come over here so I can see it better. There we go. My, Twitch studio thing has become so cramped. It's not like I've got like fucking everything available, visible. It's just that I need it to be visually big enough that I can read it without my glasses on. Which I don't have my glasses on at the moment, which doesn't really matter because my eyes are sore as shit, so it's not going to matter if I've got them on or not. But yeah, it takes up so much extra space by being like enlarged like that. I reckon I'll get to my next place and I'll just see if I can just shrink one of those. You guys got absolutely no concept of what the fuck I'm on about in the background here. But I'm like, oh, I'll change the shape of this. It'll be fine. All right. I'm going to check this car as well. Let's check it. Engine. Ooh, that reminds me of something. Go to these ones. I know that the other ones potentially give me actual engines. These ones do. Might as well do it. I'm in a snow town. Man, that just flies through that. I got nothing. They have updated this. What do I have to do to mine? Do I need a ratchet now? Hold on. I might need that impact driver. All right. That makes sense. Like, impact drivers were never really that super useful. But that's really cool to know. Also, it's raining and snowing. I like that. It's nice. Okay, I'm going to get in here. I'm hoping there might be maybe a car in the garage. Maybe? Alright, that's not going anywhere. Let's go back this way. What the fuck are you doing here? Nope. That's a hell heap of nope, nope, nope. Oh, man. Tiny boxes. That'll do it. I wish that I could get one of these with, like, something more useful, like more cracker books around the place, but they just don't have it. Okay. Where is another car? Got to be one in this place. That's not how I get in. There's a downstairs area here, maybe? Maybe this? Yeah, that's it. Where are you? I hear you. Oh, there's heaps of drinks here too. That would probably help. I've been avoiding picking up just whatever because I don't want to carry a whole heap of drinks and shit, but I will just get some occasionally. And the funny thing is, after I got up to specifically get Phoenix a blanket, he legitimately just didn't come back. He just fucked off to sleep somewhere else. He's just like, nah, it's too freaking cold in here. And I'm like sitting here with this blanket getting preheated for him. Like, it'll end up going cold by the time like he comes back if I actually leave it like sitting somewhere. Actually, still use that. I'll do it. Books. I always like get wary when you just see random bookshelves and stuff. I'm like, there you are. There's the guy. They definitely make it look prettier now. Drinks. Just starting to make me wonder if they've made changes. Like, they obviously haven't changed the books yet. But when they do, I'm curious where else they're going to put books other than bookshelves. You get them in filing cabinets, all sorts of stuff. There's another one. I normally miss this spot. Hey. No. Oh, geez, there's two of you. That kind of explains some stuff. I was like expecting one, but not that quickly. Jesus, guys. Calm the fuck down. I need a light on. Like, it's definitely looking good being that dark and everything, but I'm like, I'm going through these rooms and I'm sure it's hard for you guys to see. That. What's that open? Nothing and nothing. Here's another bookcase. I feel like the book that I need just does not exist. Not like... I'm not mad about it, but I'm definitely like frustrated that it just hasn't been there, hasn't happened. What? Here.